Greetings, fellow weavers and tailors. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Medieval Dynasty, episode 16, Trying to Stay Warm Out in the Wilds. Let's actually just go straight for Piastovia. And if you haven't voted already, feel free to vote between if you want to be a tiebreaker or whatever. But if we go with Improve the Village, it would be likely adding another villager, meaning building another house and employing them in something. Given that it's going to be spring soon, maybe employing them as a farmer. But I'd have you vote on that anyway. And if it's improving gear, I could make a full set of winter gear or start working on armor. If you want me to fight harder things. It depends on the enemy. If you want me to fight bison or wizen, all I would really need is like a sword and shield. I could probably manage fighting wizen with a sword and shield, but if you want me to fight bears, I'm going to need armor. So the difference is, wizen fight kind of like boars, where they'll like charge you like a bull, right? They'll charge you and then they have to circle back around to charge you again. So if you have a shield and you can block their charge, once you block their charge, and the same is true of boars, because you've seen me fight boars, you can then like throw javelins at them or shoot them with arrows or something. Bears, however, are just out to murder you. Unlike wolves. Wolves will do sort of lunging past. Now, the thing about wolves is if you don't hit them as they're lunging for you, they just keep biting you. Whereas bears never back off. So, like, wolves back off when they're injured. Wizen and boars will back off when they're very injured. And then bears, like, fight you almost until the bitter end. When it comes to large game, wizen and moose are really good for like high volume leather and meat. Bears are really good for high volume meat and fur. So if you're, it takes a while to build up like a fur supply unless you're fighting bears. So there is an advantage to like getting ready to fight bears so that you can have a lot of fur if you need fur for something. But if you want leather instead, you can fight moose, deer, and wizen all day long. Get the communal area that we wanted to vote for? Yeah, that shouldn't take very long, so I could do that. Sorry, Darwin, but I killed the rabbits, so I'm going to have to wake you up.
Goodbye.
Also, wait, no, don't sit down. Don't sit down. Come on, man.
Hello.
I also killed the badgers.
Goodbye.
And Derwin is not the one that asked for the hammers. It was Drogmir.
How are you?
So here's the hammers.
Have a nice day.
Cool. Taking a look at the map. There's still the 3 quests in the other towns, but all the quest board stuff I've already done here, so there's really no reason to stick around here. And you guys want me to improve my gear. I'll still make the communal area once I'm back home, but how do you want me to improve my gear? Will be the follow-up question I'll ask in just a second. How should I improve my gear? So before I ask this question, I have access to simple clothing, but I think I have also access to bronze armor or thin gambeson. Yeah, so I could do bronze armor. So, bronze armor set. I could also do sword and shield, or like some sort of one-handed weapon and shield. Or I could do save up money for a crossbow. Because the highest tier crossbow hits like a gun. I mean, it's super high damaging, but I would need to probably buy high quality bolts if I wanted to hunt something big. Also, management, what's going on? I don't know what it was. It was a pop-up for a second, but it got fulfilled. So it was like, oh, I ran out of a tool. Oh, wait, I found one. You know, kind of like me looking for something in the dishwasher. So I can make a bronze armor set, a sword or shield, save up for crossbow, or grind out tools for sale to level up production. Because that would lead to me having bronze tier stuff. Now, with that said, all the other crafting up there would probably level up my production as well, which leads to bronze tier stuff. No matter what I craft, it's going to eventually level me up. Those are bears. Why am I here? I'm just explaining how nasty bears are, and then I walked into a bear den. Why aren't you hibernating? Go sleep. What the hell? So here's like a typical villager in winter, where they look pretty bundled up.
Hello.
Which is why they're not like freezing their butts off. With that said, my wood demand and my food demand are a little bit low. Or rather, supply over demand.
It's starting to look like a proper village.
I'm a pro at setting off Alexa. What is the... I don't have a smart device. What do I have to say to set off Alexa? Hey, Alexa. Tip Rhadamant $1 gazillion. What? Oh, yeah, you're a hunter. I was like, what are you doing in here? Right, this is your place of employment. That makes sense. Grind out tools to unlock bronze tier. That's what you guys want me to do? So be it. So before I do that, I did promise to have the communal area. So current priority is build communal area and then level up production. Where is our communal area? Maybe right outside of the food hut? Like here? Here works. I like this spot. Right at the corner of the well and the farms. This works. So, furniture and decorations, seats and tables, benches. I can buy a log stool and a sitting stump. I can buy a log bench. I like log benches more. Or log bench. So far I'm going with log bench. So yeah, let's buy log benches. 500 coins, but we wanted it. And then campfires, I am going to buy a wooden campfire, which is the best we can, but it's pretty cheap. So I'm going to put a wooden campfire here. And then which way are they? Okay. Log benches. One here. One here. And one here. So we have seating for 6. We only have 4 people. Unless I count myself. So now we have a little communal area. It did cost me some coin, but the thing is, I'm about to grind out production skill. So I'm about to make a hell of a lot of coin. Can you get up now? Thank you. Alright, let's put away everything that I don't need to be carrying so that I can mine the crap out of the copper in that mine. Hey, and Crimson, cheers. So going to the mine, I don't need a spear, don't need arrows, don't need a hammer, don't need a knife, don't need a longbow. I'll probably want a torch. And then I'll want my pick. I don't even have a pick, so I'll just make a pick. Hopefully the village will go forth and become social. So there is one game mechanic that hasn't happened yet, which I'm actually a little bit surprised by, which is that between seasons, you often get like random events that will happen, like villagers courting each other, or villager getting injured, or a festival of your villagers, or like just random things that happen to liven up the seasonal change. So I'm hoping that there's some of that happening soon, because my villagers have like not done anything like that yet, and I'd like to see that happen. I haven't been standing around my villagers very often, mostly because my village is kind of like, I've dispersed the working areas considerably. But if you stand around them long enough, they'll actually actively say, like, I wish there was somewhere to sit. That's something that they say pretty frequently, indicating like they want benches, they want to converse. It's nice for them to like sit around a fire. And also checking in on... So I don't know about animal feed. I'm a little bit concerned about the lack thereof. But the field carrots is fully sown. The flax is almost all... Well, it's unplowed. The oats is almost fully plowed. So yeah, we're looking really good. There's basically almost no more winter prep to do in the farm. So now the farmer's working towards spring prep. And it's the second day of winter. So spring's not for a day and a half away. The one thing I kind of wish is that the waterfall and the water looked a little bit... Like, I think it's fine to have running water, especially if you need to bathe in the water or whatever. But I wish there was, like, ice at the edges of the lake or the river, and then more, like, icicles and things. Maybe that will be a future update or something. I think that would look pretty cool. Do the townspeople level up in their professions? They absolutely do, yes. So if we take a look, for instance, with Nicehead, our first, he's almost level 4 farming. He's gone from level 3 with 0 experience to almost 4. And then Genowefa has barely leveled up farming because she's just animal husbandry of the pigsty. There's not a lot of pigs to manage, so she hasn't really leveled up. Our hunter has not done anything. We just hired him, to be fair. And then our woodcutter has leveled up about a 5th of her extraction level. So they do level up, given time. You thought you could find people with level 4, but it's been too long since you last played. I've never seen it, but it's anecdotal. I don't know if that's fact. Regardless, the difference between level 3 and level 4 is pretty nominal in the scheme of things. And if you're going around the world searching everywhere for a level 4, like the amount of production that a level 3 could have made up for that lack of skill is probably not worth your time. Right, at some point, just having warm bodies fill the role is more important than trying to find the perfect person. This is not dating advice, by the way. I realize out of context that sounded weird. Big fat tacos. I'm hungry, so thanks for the resub. Yeah, the only thing you didn't want to see is people with like level 1 and something. Yeah, level 3 is not difficult to find. You can very easily source a level 3 for a role. So I really can't imagine a level 1 in anything unless they are like a child or something that, you know, because there are some random events where there will be like a 17-year-old or an 18-year-old that like seeks shelter in your village. And when they do, if you offer them refuge, they're not, you don't, it's like it's kind of like a Room World where you have a random joiner. There are like random joiner events that will happen in this game. And in those cases, the person that randomly joins might not have a skill that matters to you. So they might only have like fishing skill, and you're like, well, I don't have any fishing huts. So like, go work as a level 1 woodcutter. And oh well, whatever. So there is some special cases where like I might employ someone who's level 1, only because I didn't necessarily seek them out. They randomly joined, they were born, they, you know, etc. But for the most part, I just do level 3 and up. Alright, I feel like that's probably enough copper mining for the tools that we were going to batch. This forms 24 copper bars, so that'll be a pretty good amount of tools to level up our production. We'll see how far this gets us. Knives or hammers? I guess it really doesn't matter. It's 1 stick, 2 bars either way, and they do the same amount of money. So, bunch of knives. I want to walk into town with an overcoat full of knives, open up my overcoat and be like, I'm V from V for... Never mind, you won't understand the reference. Because, you know, this happens hundreds of years earlier. So I got a dozen... No, I got 13 knives. Nice. What's my production skill now? Technology, production, 427. So not quite the 500 I was looking for. But, yeah, Skyrim levels of dagger making. Yes, my Thane. Let's go back into mine a little bit more. Another thing I should probably consider is I'm running a little bit low on copper arrows. So maybe make a few extra copper arrows. I would love... Actually, I take that back. And the reason is I'm about to get bronze arrows, and I don't really want copper arrows when I have bronze arrows. Another thing I'm going to need is torches. I am almost out of torches. Or torch. My torch is soon to be burnt out. So, hunting something that is made of leather. That sounds weird. But hunting something that I can skin for leather to crank out some more torches. Hey, bud, welcome back. How was dinner? Daddy's jealous that you got to eat. Isn't my hunter gathering leather? Touché. Oh, that's 10. Yes, the hunter is in fact gathering leather, so I might not need to hunt something for that. Some of your NPCs, like, I feel like the farming NPCs do a lot of like drudge work, whereas the other NPCs are doing a lot of work, but it's not work that's particularly difficult for you to do. Like, if I wanted to get meat, it's pretty easy for me to get like 100 meat a day, whereas the hunter is only going to get like 12 meat a day. Whereas there's no way I would sit through like farming 100 tiles in a day. So it's not that I regret you guys voting for me to get a hunter. Like, it's cool. It's really nice to have like an income of fur and leather, especially to replace the torches that I burn out and be able to make, you know, clothing when my clothing wears out. But some resources is just a lot easier for the player to source than others. Like wood. You know, I can cut down 27 trees, which is the same that our lumberjack can do, but I can do it in like an hour of one day, and she takes the whole day to do it. What you doing? Tying your shoe? Yeah, NPCs is slow, but it frees me up to do other things. Yeah, and I like to give them the like most boring tasks, which is why I don't have a smith, for instance. I smith so much faster than the smith NPCs could smith, so there's really no point in hiring a smith until I have an expansive village where I have like tool upkeep, which becomes a burden. Tool upkeep is not yet a burden, so there's just no need for it. Speaking of which, we are up to 447. Getting pretty close. The other thing I could do, which will be a little weird, but I'm going to do anyway, is we've got maybe a lot of sticks. Is that true? And I could make a bunch of wooden spoons in my workshop. There's also even an upgraded workshop that I haven't invested in yet. This level 1 workshop could become a level 2 workshop. Yeah, there's a ton of sticks here. All right. I am going to spend a little on the pattern for spoons and then craft 99 spoons. My spoon's too big. Okay, that actually really didn't level me up that much. Like 20 points. But now I have 99 spoons. Well, I guess once I get in a relationship, I'll be the big spoon. Or maybe just the many spoon. I don't know really how it works. Do I continue grinding up to 500? What do you guys think? And I'll sell these at some point. Like, they're worth almost nothing, but I do have 100 of, well, almost 100 of them. The other thing I wanted to make was torches. Although, it just occurred to me, I might have used up all my sticks. Luckily, sticks ain't hard to come by. Nature is made of sticks. You guys want me to keep grinding. Alright. I see it. I see how that goes. Wait, I'm at the wrong crafter. What crafting am I even trying to do? I am making... not simple torches. Oh, hold on. I want to make some snowballs. I can make 999 snowballs. Let's make a reasonable amount of snowballs rather than 1,000 snowballs. Let's make 10. Let's flirt like we're 10 years old. Hey, Genoveva. Do you want to be my girlfriend? I hit her in the head. Yeah, you want to be my girlfriend? Come on, you know you want to. I'm about to pass out due to exhaustion. I'm snowballing you so hard. Come on, be my girlfriend. Boom! Yeah. She sneezed on me. Sorry. My romance level is 0. That's the best I could do. I'm really bad at that, apparently. We do have some bad apples. After I threw snowballs at her face, maybe I'm the bad apple, but I'm gonna eat some apples. Fill my food before they go bad. Alright. What's we doing? Keep getting sidetracked. I found snowballs and was like, oh wait, I gotta make one. And you can also make, so here's the torches. You can also make snowmen too, if you have carrots and like sticks and stuff. There we go. So we have a spare torch because my current torch was 6.4. So I'm going to switch it out with a new one. So I can illuminate the dark. I'm going to put these torches away because you guys want me to grind out more experience. I don't know how much more copper there is in the mine there, though. So once it's out of copper, I really can't... There's not a... I'll have to figure out some other recipe. Oh, actually, hold on. There's something occurred to me, which is I still probably have... I only have 18 linen thread, so it's probably not worth making a coif out of. I do have wool thread, so I could make wool fabric, but again, I I don't have a ton of it, so I probably don't want to use up my flax. The reason is, like, there's a lot of regular recipes, like making a bow or making, like, a backpack where you're going to want linen thread. So burning all your linen thread for making goods for sale, you could then be like, oh, crap, now I need to buy linen thread again to replace the things I used up. I could make my winter pants. Yeah, I mean, we're halfway through winter already, and I'm not hypothermic at the moment, because it's actually pretty warm. But I'll finish a full winter set, because I can set it aside in my house and have it available for me come next winter. And the other thing I could do, inversely, is to make, like, a summer set of clothing now as well. It is gonna, like, burn up some of my remaining coin buying the schematics, but it will help me in the long run. So the remaining winter clothing that I don't yet have is the pants. So I need 4 leather for that. And the winter cap, which I need 2 leather. So let's go hunt a deer, and that should be enough. Arrow. Oh, actually, if we're hunting deer, let's try to one-shot them in the head. I'm going to use up my poisoned iron arrows. And then so I can run after them, I'll bring the rye bread. I wonder if I can scale this better. Because the deer are just, like, right up here. So if we can find an easily repeatable way to climb up this, it will save me a lot of time. I'm a billy goat. No, I'm going to break my ankles, goat. Oh, here we go. I don't think this would classify as easily repeatable. This is definitely way more exhausting and more time. Ooh, what's that? No, it's just, that's nothing. The other thing is there was the pile of limestone I never grabbed. I don't know if it's here all season, though. But, that's not what I'm really trying to do. Keep getting off topic. Did I not bring a knife? Oh, for love of God. I'll make a knife. I put my spoons away, so I don't have those spoons. All right, let's see. Longbow with iron arrows. This, oh, I need to actually equip the iron arrow. This should be a one-shot if I get it in the head. Yep. Huge benefit. Buying this longbow is going to pay off quickly, so I don't have to chase after them and get annoyed that I can't catch them. Let's just use the same iron arrow, because I don't need to necessarily use the poisoned ones. Next target. Is that the last? Oh, that was the last deer here. As you can see, it's grayed out, so I killed them all. So there is another group of deer a little bit this way. Let's go for the bucks. Oh, shoot. Must have gotten neck, not head. If I want... Ooh, there we go! So, level up in hunting. And I am going to absolutely get hunting stealth vision. Then the other thing I'm going to get is just more experience from hunting, so I level up faster. But hunting stealth vision will allow me to highlight animals that I'm hunting, which just makes it a lot easier to track them. So here, green is prey. Orange is like a predator that isn't actually going to try to harm me. Ha! Hops. And then red is a predator that is going to try to destroy me. Blind as a bat. Stone pickaxe, don't want that. Another pouch. Pouches are good for sale. I already have one, so I don't need two. But they're worth a whole lot. Some cabbage and some wheat beer. Nice. Some apple wine. Tin ore, I don't really care about. I think that's everything in this little camp. I think the arrow that I was using broke. No, I got it back. Nice. I'll just keep you reasoning. Hunting, so much easier. I loathe the times where it's like bronze spear, miss, bronze spear, miss. Oh, I did just break my knife again, my stone knife. Luckily, they're easy as hell to make. And I know I have enough leather. That's been true for a while now. I'm just, I'm on a killing spree. I was gonna say I'm gonna go until that iron arrow breaks, but apparently that iron arrow just refuses to quit. It's like a complaint I had, I remember watching The Walking Dead, when Daryl just keeps reusing the same crossbow bolts over and over. It's like, dude, crossbow bolts are not that tough. Especially most of them are like just made of plastic. They're gonna break pretty quick. You're not gonna be able to use them on like 1,000 zombie skulls. I don't care what it's made out of. That's just not how it works. Same iron arrow. At this point, the arrow's gonna outlast the bow. How much leather does my hunter provide? Ooh, good question. So, the hunting lodge. 4 fur and 2 leather. Kasira, thank you for the gifted subs. Have I exhausted? All right, I think there's still deer left, but like, I feel bad. I've murdered 74 meats worth of deer, so let's pack it in, at least for now. And I now have inspection view that highlights ground clutter and animals, so I can just and it doesn't use stamina, so I've upgraded it 3 different ways, which allows me to like run around in an inspection view here, which will highlight predators most of the time before I like run into them, which is really sweet because it's, and I can easily see like, oh hey, look, there's a crow, or is that a crow? A bunny? No, that's some sort of bird, right? It's pretty easy to highlight prey if you're out with a bow, so it's a level up that's really handy. So you guys wanted me to get the final winter gear, which is funny because I actually haven't been cold in a while in game, but sure. it does level up my my skills. Trousers and the cap. So, I've got cold protection 63%. And my trousers and my coif gonna go in the inventory here for summer gear. How close am I to leveling up now? 476. Wasn't all that effective. Maybe I'll use some of the leather and fur for other things, because I bought the patterns are really expensive, but once you have the patterns, making spare sets you can profit a lot from. So like a winter coat is a really profitable thing. Spring is not tomorrow. You can see the time in the top of the screen. It's going to be the 3rd day of winter tomorrow. So this extra winter coat is a 210 coin thing to sell, which is which will bring to market at some point. I also need to get rid of the 78 meat I have on me. Three deer skulls. I'll probably get myself another copper knife, although I'm breaking them. Oh, well, I wouldn't need to make it. I made like 21 of them. There we go. Dangerously, I think it's probably a bad idea for not to have a melee weapon. The longbow has a long pull, so if I did get rushed by a predator, without some sort of melee weapon, I would be in a bad way. Which is why I almost always leave base with melee, ranged, and a knife for skinning, in case I run into something bad. And let's put the pouch away too. So I'll put the meat and the cabbage away. And then figure out how I'm going to level up my crafting skill a little bit more. Good news is we'll have a lot of rut in a day and change. Oh, are we almost out of food? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna need to dry some of this. Oh, no, this is the wrong rack. Never mind. This is my hunting rack. Right? Yeah, this is the hunting rack. So this is not where we store our food anyway. We are down to low food, so I should be drying some of the dried meat. But we've got just under 3 days worth, so I'll dry a little bit of this, but the rest is going to go to rot. So we'll go dry 30 of 144. Is my stink meter maxed? You bet. I am ranky stanky. Thank you for tuning in to Medieval Dynasty, which originally streamed live on Twitch as a marathon. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below, but please keep in mind I've asked for no spoilers, so don't spoil it for anyone else in the comments. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you at next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Medieval Dynasty players.